don't employ or don't run for a desperate farm worker. And this is now what makes me come to a conclusion that we have two types of farm workers. Farm workers can be funny. Farm workers can build you. Farm workers can destroy you. Farm workers are the center of the profit, or they are the center of everything that goes well in the farm. They are the center of everything that feels in the farm. I've seen farmers who've succeeded, who've been very successful, and it's all because of their farm workers. I've seen farmers, 90% of farmers who fail. Even me in my previous project, the project that I failed. By the way, you always think that my project succeeds. Several of my projects are failed. There is a video that I did about my failure in watermelon bag. Then you can watch and see what farm workers do to me. It's a very sad story. And that was me being absent for 1 week because it was raining. I was stuck somewhere and they are doing their tricky thing. So farm workers can build. There is this thing that I've observed with different farmers that I'm consulting for. With my previous experience in farming, because there are some bitter previous experience that I've observed. You have farm workers, you have a farmer, you have a farm manager who is very active when you're present. Very, very active. Very, very active. When you're present, when you're at the farm, when you come to the farm, they are going to do everything in their power to show you how they are working. But when you're absent, when you're not there, you see fire. You see things that you've never seen. If by any mistake or if by any chance you put a CCTV camera without them knowing and observe what they're doing, you are going to close that farm. There is a farmer who has invested, who I know of a farmer who has invested in the farm, bought a land, big land like 10 acres, invested in the best solar system, in the best irrigation pumps, done drip line, done everything, and the cost was totaling to around 20 million, which is approximately around $10,000 to $12,000, 20 million Kenyan shillings. And surprisingly, even when the farm was producing at production stage, the farmer was still pocketing and is still pocketing a lot of money in the few projects. He gets nothing from the project. He's stressed. He's done everything he needs to do. But how the farm workers are give, the farmer is about to give. And this is now what makes me come to a conclusion that we have two types of farm workers. A farm worker that is interested in agricultural job. His passion or her passion was the agricultural job. He wasn't looking for any other job, but the agricultural job was his passion or her passion. And there is now another farm worker who the only job that was available was the agricultural job, and you gave them that job. So whatever they are doing it because they are waiting for another job. And every time they get another job, they leave your job and runs away. They come very passionate, pretending to be good, but they leave you and runs away. Or they are doing your job as they look for another alternative, for another person whom they are going to work for. This has been my experience. I and a friend of mine that we used to used to visit my farm, and when at some point he used to go there in my absence, and ended up connecting one of my farm managers to another job in my behind my back. And now that farm manager started doing a shoddy job and left my job, and I later came to realize that the job that he ran to, it was through the connection of a very good friend of mine. It was a good lesson, a bitter lesson, but once when you are working with farm workers, don't employ or don't run for a desperate farm worker. Don't run for somebody who has been looking for a job, and since now they don't have any other job, they want to come to do the job that is more. Once you empower them with more, once they get money, once they know that they are somehow stable, they are going to run away and leave their job hanging, leave your job undone, worse than before. The best thing is, look for competent farm worker. Look for a person who is willing to work in the farm, because there are so many people willing to work in the farm. Look for a passionate person and pay them well. Don't think because people are farm workers you're going to pay them peanuts, you're going to pay them with milk. You don't want them to take your milk, you don't want to take eggs, you don't want them to take the best cabbage in the farm, you don't want to take what they are farming. Give them the freedom to take everything that is in the farm, pay them well and monitor them. Not micromanaging them, please get this clearly. Not micromanaging them, pay them well. Because if you fail to do that, they will be very busy when you are pleasant and busy on a day. That's the farm books for today.